But when it comes to your spiritual life, it becomes the engine to every other area. That's why Jesus said that I am the vine, you are the branches. You stay connected to me and I to you. Then everything else you will just bear fruit. You know what I mean? It's exactly like that. So at first I did struggle with it. I struggled with it. Like, you know, spending time with God will just decrease. And if you're
trust in your plans, trust in your process, trust in your plans.
Welcome again to your favorite podcast, the number one Urban Kingdom podcast. Like I always say, with your host, Jorim, aka the Zim Dream Kid. And I've won this toss again. Minus Pastor one delay yet again. You know how it is. I'm never riding solo. Always got someone. I've got someone that's like someone I've known for. I'm privileged to, when I'm producing my episodes with Minus Pastor one delay, that I get to bring people that I have known for quite a long time. So I have context of who they are. So it makes the conversation much more dope. And as usual, we shoot here, you know, Bed by the Harbour, a cool spot in Durbs. You can come here to chill with your friends and family, your loved ones, nice space, good food. You can even throw your event here. They can help you with that. Today on the podcast, I have someone, the Miss Beautiful Royalty, aka Ayanda Pakati.
Oh, you call me beautiful, T?
Yes. Yeah, so many layers to you. Like, I mean, like, I've known you for so long.
Yeah, it's been more than 10 years actually now.
Yeah, a decade literally.
I think I was in grade 10.
Really?
That's like years ago.
Bro.
Because I came to KOM in grade 10, right?
Now, which year was that?
It's like 20. You're taking out my files now.
No, I'm just asking.
I'm just kidding. I think that was like 2013.
I came to KOM 2014.
Okay, so then
it was
it's just
like
about
a
a
year.
decade.
Yeah, so it's almost literally a decade.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
We should have a 10th friend of
I was sorry. And now that's the same thing with Prim. Like when she came, like it's almost like it's been actually a decade.
I've also known her that long.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah, that's
I've
time
also
flies.
known Pastor Wa that long, right? Sheesh, on the first day, yeah.
Yo, you know, time is flowing, right?
We're all grown up now, we're adults.
Yeah,
we all came, most of us came in school uniform.
Teenagers, young adults, early 20s, or stuff like that.
Even before, like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So.
You were 17. Hectic.
Wow. So, what, like, just a brief, I know you've been into modeling, then you stopped.
Yeah.
And now you're doing your own thing. I know you have done a little bit of psychology.
I have.
I know you have are also into ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Okay, sidebar. She's actually undercover artist. I'm always trying to get it on songs. People don't know that she has a beautiful voice. You know how I used to say that your voice reminds me of who?
Ooh.
It reminds me of Kelly Rowland. It's similar. It's similar.
Kelly Rowland?
For real. I mean, like, if you have listened to the... Wait. If you think I'm lying...
Is that not a stretch?
No, it's not a stretch.
Really? Wow.
Okay, if you think I'm lying, you go and listen to my latest song, As You Are. Specifically, go to the end of the song. Tell me what you think. If I'm wrong, come in the comment section and say, Jorim, you lie. And I want to see how many lies I'll get in the comment section.
Singing, I think, I always tell people that, like, I don't take singing seriously. And I've told Jorim that if he puts me on his tracks, he doesn't even have to credit me because, like, it's just not, I don't.
You don't feel it anymore?
No.
I just feel like...
Thank you.
There's like a hit list that's just guilty people. That's you, Pastor Wandele's wife, and Tina. Those people like have dope voices, but they just don't wanna push it.
No, but
they don't wanna work.
Tina does sing. And she kills it, my word. Like, her voice is impeccable. Also,
I don't want to
Mrs.
blow
Miller
her
as well.
files, or the other way she will come for me. Let me just leave it there.
I think Mrs. Mzimela and I specifically, we just kind of like, oh my word, there's so much on our plates, bro. Like, we don't have time to be behind the
Bruh,
line.
it doesn't have to be like that.
But I mean, we help you out. Like, gee, like, why are you acting like you don't help
Okay,
you out?
what else? Well, okay, and you were explaining who you are. I'm going to actually come back. This is going to be the opening statement for
I
us.
hate talking about myself.
But who you are today, what you up to?
So, well, you mentioned, or let me rather say, on top of the other things that he mentioned, I am a PR and marketing guru. So I like to think. I'm just kidding. I'm just in PR and marketing and communications right
So
now.
do you
That's my
have
career.
okay, that's your career. So
Yeah.
you got your own thing, or you working with someone, or you
Both.
Both. All right.
Both. Yeah.
All
So
right.
I am part of an agency, but I'm not going to reveal a lot right now.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the ministry part, what do you wanna? Should we skip that?
Yeah, maybe let's just skip that.
Okay,
It's rather sensitive.
It's sensitive matter.
Right, Pastor Wa?
No, that's why I said.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a gift of your vulnerability on how far you would want us to talk about.
Yeah.
So with that, we mentioned how you are caught up in a lot. That's why you are not able to do the music part. So the discussion that we're going to be talking about is about balancing life, work, and faith.
Yeah.
And me knowing you, like to get you here to do this pod has been a mission. Like 007 James Bond mission type of work.
007, gee.
Just to get you on the book, because you're so much caught up in a lot. You're a busy
I'm literally
person.
everywhere.
So how do you balance your life, your own life? Like, how do you balance work? How do you balance spirituality? And how do you balance all these things?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, D. And this is going to be very cliche. It's going to sound very cliche. It's literally by the grace of God. I promise you, I run on probably not even 5 hours of sleep per day. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm
Even on weekends?
even on weekends, sometimes. It depends.
okay.
Maybe I think Sunday evenings are better. But during the week, Saturdays, it's either it's an event day or I'm doing something that makes me, relax. Because, like, sleeping is not the only thing that lets me relax.
Team, no
But,
sleep out here.
But, going out, getting some fresh air,
Yeah.
going to a nice restaurant, getting some good food, riding a horse. I don't know.
I think you like food.
I love food. Like is an understatement. What? I love food. Food is nice.
Oh my goodness.
I'm passionate about food.
So
Just kidding.
you're saying that it's cliche that it's by the grace of God, but I don't.
really, really is.
I'm not gonna say I'm excluding the grace of God. No, God have mercy. I understand it's by the grace of God.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe you don't recognize that actually you have a systematic order. You do things probably that actually help you.
Thank you for saying that, actually. So I think I've grown to have a very hectic work ethic.
All right.
Like, I actually love working. If I'm not working, I feel kind of lost. So I actually like being in the run, which is why my career makes sense.
Are you sure you're not a workaholic?
I don't know.
It's something that we need to do.
I actually do not know.
So, okay, if you saying that you enjoy the thrill of always working, and continue. You were saying that you enjoy the thrill of working. I don't want to cut you short. I want to come back to that, saying, are you sure you're not a workaholic or what?
I don't know. I think I am, and I don't know how I don't know if I'm actually supposed to say that, but I actually enjoy working because, like, for example, we're approaching the end of the year, or we are at the end of the year. It's going to be December, and I usually take my leave then, and my leave is probably like close to a month. So I would stop working mid-December, go back to work mid-Jan.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, 3 days when I'm chilling at home, I run mad.
Why?
Because I need to work. Like, there has to be something that's like bubbling somewhere. Like, I have to be on my laptop. I always say that I hate looking at emails. But when I don't look at emails,
you get
it's
crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? So I think I enjoy the pressure. I enjoy the rush. I enjoy like having a hectic work ethic.
But then
maybe
again,
let me not rather say hectic because it sounds toxic, but I enjoy working.
All right. Yeah, you enjoy working, but your workspace is so demanding. And the only thing, mind you, why I'm asking this, because now the question to remember is, how do you balance this? Because you're not only working.
Yeah.
There's other things you have to attend to, like your spiritual life, like family. I don't know if you have, you know what I'm saying? That's also to be. So
it is quite a lot.
How do you get to balance if you're because people think being successful is just, you put in the work to be really successful.
100%.
But now, how do you get to balance all these things? Because you're a good example of how to balance. I want to know how you do it.
I appreciate that. So at first, I was so overwhelmed. Like at first, when I started, being active in my career, and also balancing church life, balancing spiritual life, and all these other things, I felt so stretched. Like I felt like I didn't have capacity, but sometimes God uses that uncomfortable stretch to give you more capacity.
Yeah.
So now you're saying that I'm a perfect example of a work life and faith balance. At first I wasn't.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But as God stretched me, I built capacity.
How did you feel? How did you notice that, okay, this is not working right now?
What do you mean? Actually, at first I felt like it wasn't working until it started working.
Yeah, like what was that symptom? You're like, nah. When you for example, when we got into the music and everything, and we started doing everything, it was fun.
Yeah.
But when you got into it, like, snap, I have to do this, I have to record, I have to do the admin, and you realize it's a really bunch of that work, and you realize, I didn't think this is what I was going to expect, because this is really straining now. But not saying that it's taking away the joy of everything. Yes, we enjoy the performing and everything, but behind the scenes, there's so much work to be done.
Yeah.
That aha moment, you're like, snap, this is fun, but
I think I started feeling that way when it had an impact on me physically. Like my body, at some point was just giving up on me. I was just.
So you would sleep at work or something?
Healthy. Oh yes.
Whoa.
Oh my word. I would fall asleep at work. There was even a time where I actually started slacking at work.
Snap.
And in my career, deadlines are very, very
important.
We live on deadlines.
Imperative, actually.
Every single thing has a deadline, and I started missing those deadlines, and that's when I realized that, hey.
Oh snap.
Yeah, I'm actually really, really tired. But then yet again, like I said, you reach that point, and then once you reach that point, you kind of figure out a way to adjust and a way to work around it. And then once you have worked around it, that's when you've built that capacity, and then you're literally on to the next thing. And even in the beginning, I wasn't as busy as I am now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At first, the level of business, the level of business wasn't as bad, but as I, grew.
So when you figured out that, okay, this is getting out of hand, I'm sleeping at work, I'm not meeting the targets, and what.
Yeah.
How did you cope now? What was your coping mechanism? What did you start to do, basically?
I had to be realistic with myself. I'm not Superwoman, as much as I would love to be. But I'm not Superwoman. You cannot be everywhere at once. Sometimes women pride themselves in multitasking, and multitasking is great, but sometimes when you multitask too much, your attention isn't in the right place at the right time, which means that you're giving 20%, as opposed to if you focus on one thing, you can give 100% and then move on to the next thing. So I think I just sat down, I was realistic, I cut out whatsoever I needed to cut out. I structured my life. My life became kind of systematic, I know that my work hours are my work hours. I know that my spirituality hours are my spirituality hours, my service hours, my church hours are my church hours. And by the grace of God, everything just kind of falls into place. You end up becoming a master of that balance. But my balance may not necessarily be your balance. You know what I mean?
There's a paradox to balance, though.
Yeah.
Okay, there's two things. It's being systematic. I think also for you as a human being, as a person, you have to be comfortable, because understanding that it's not actually balance, it's a wrestle of balance. because you never actually get everything balanced.
True.
You find, because sometimes you
you.
find yourself getting prayerful more
Yeah.
and less reading the word. You find yourself getting more in work, but you're not as much as spiritual as you want to be. Sometimes you find yourself more spiritual in your work, but in life every day you find yourself that you are trying to wrestle the balance of okay,
that is
today
true.
I feel like last week I was struggling this work, now you're pushing to the left and then you find yourself to the right. It's bad when you're like one-sided.
Yeah.
That's where it's weird, where you're like you're overwhelmed with work and your spiritual life is just drying up.
Do you know what? Sorry, this just popped into my head. You know, I like plants, hey? And this is gonna sound so weird, but like plants, having plants in the house actually taught me this. It's not like, for example, different plants need different types of nourishments.
Yes,
You know, there are some plants that need a lot of water. There are
and
some plants
sunlight.
that don't need a lot of water.
And stuff.
You know what I mean? So I remember, like, there are plants that I'll water on a Monday. There are plants that I'll water on a Tuesday. There are plants that I'll water every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
You know what I mean? So having that balance just means that you are watering what you need to water when it needs to be watered. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So if you know that right now, like, you've been focusing on work a lot, which is taking your spiritual life down, you pour into your work side as much as you need to, and then cut off the tap. And then you pour into your spiritual side as much as you need to. You know what I mean? I mean, you can never really cut off the tap for your spiritual side, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
like you also have to use wisdom. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? As
yeah.
much as obviously we always want to be in the presence of God, and you always want to be in church, but you have to use wisdom. If you need to go to school, you have to give your school time. If you need to go to work, you have to give work time. So just water those plants accordingly, and they should all grow.
Like there's
You know
a
what I
word
mean?
you say that I think I also use, being systematic.
Yeah.
I think if you want to be very successful as a person, or if you want to
Yeah.
achieve a lot,
There has to be order.
there has to be
Even
a
God
system.
is a God of order. There has to be a system. You see, I think it was Noah. Even when Noah was building the ark,
Yeah.
the instructions that God had given him on the type of materials that he was going to use, how to put them, when to put them, all
How
of those
to
things
put
were
them.
so specific, and it just
Yeah.
showed how much God is a God of order. So even our lives are the same.
Yeah, you have to be very systematic. Even
You
when
have
you
to.
look at the most successful companies, successful organizations, they are built
This is
on.
non-alcoholic, by the way. I'm just saying.
No, we don't do that over here.
We don't do that over here.
Yeah, Pastor Wande,
Even if
yeah.
he wasn't.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. So even as I was saying, that the biggest organizations, biggest companies, like the
Yeah.
biggest people that you see, most
There's
of them
order.
have to have systems that are placed in order.
100%.
Like I always tell myself that I discovered this thing when I barely lose something.
Yeah.
Like if I drop a pen, that's something that belongs to me.
Yeah.
If I don't find it, chances are that for real, I've lost that thing and I'm never going to find it. But if I lost something, I'll find it because I'm very systematic.
Yeah.
I know that from A to B, B to C, C to Z, I know my way.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
can't find me here, you find me there. If you can't find me there, you find me there. So if
Yeah.
I lose something, it should be between A and B, or B and C, or C and D, or whatever. So I will find my way back and say, oh, that thing I lost.
trace your steps,
Because
yeah.
I'm very systematic. Because if at this time you find me at this place, at this time you find me at this place,
Yeah.
I'm not. You cannot be find me everywhere at
Yeah.
any given time.
Yeah.
If something is up, if I
Yeah.
find me doing that,
Yeah.
so it helps me, balance myself because I'm very systematic. If it's work, work. When we gotta play, bro, we gotta
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
You'll find me doing that. If I'm trying to do my
100%.
music, I'm gonna do my music. So
Yeah.
I think it's just a tip for you, anyone
It's
that just
very,
be systematic.
You kind of have to be systematic, even in like big corporate companies, like your, for argument's sake, your Deloitte's and your Apps and whatnot. They have HR. What do you call these things? HR. Whatever's, where they
Your-
continuously emphasize on the importance of, they call it, well, in the corporate world, it's a work-life balance, where they say that you need to take your leave. Like, for example, at work for me, like my bosses always say that, but you have to take your leave. Like, you need to have time out to just pour into yourself. You know what I mean? So that's part of the system.
That's part of the
You know
system.
what I mean? That's part of the order. You pour into everything else, pour into yourself as well.
How is it necessary to balance family and work?
It's very necessary.
were you good at that in the beginning?
No.
What made you?
I was terrible at it. And it just helps. Well, I'm still young, you know what I mean? I'm not married yet. I don't have kids
but
yet. So
what made
it
you
does
go
become
tick,
easier.
tick, tick, boom? They're like, nah, I gotta burn
When
it.
they were like, I understand was. Because I would like come home from work, maybe from work, I've got church the whole night. And then I come back the next morning. And then I have, I don't know, an event or something.
Oh, something.
And people are just like, dude,
We don't
Asisa
know
was,
you here.
like, we are having family events and you're not there. Every time there's an event at work, you know.
So how did you strike
as a
the balance?
family event. So it's just that not everybody has the freedom to say no to certain
To
events.
certain things.
You know, by the grace of God, there are certain events where I could just be like, okay, I can organize, but I won't be there on the day. You know, so that's how I was able to balance it. As much as I would love to immerse myself in work, sometimes I'm just like, no, it's not healthy. I need my family, or my family needs me.
But
You know,
and I
and
think for
then-
those that have that disadvantage to say no's for certain things, when you do get the time, be present. Some people, when they
just
do
be
get the
present.
time,
It's
they're
the
not even
littlest thing.
present in the situation the opportunity they've been given to spend time with their
It's the
family.
littlest thing.
Yeah, just be present with the people. Put your phone down, switch off the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi or your whatever. Then focus on the
And
people.
having time with family.
Yeah, because so some people, when they do get the opportunity, they're not even there.
They just don't take it. They're so immersed on the
Yeah, they're like on
and
the phone,
online
or they're
communities
doing
instead of
whatever.
their physical
So
communities.
please do take time to actually switch off, and also
Yeah.
and spiritual, and how now on the spiritual aspect of things, how did you strike the balance now?
You know, when here, guys, I think the spiritual part is the most important part.
Yes.
Because that is what pours into your well more than anything. As much as we may have different endeavors, I say this all the time, you know, we've got different aspirations, different endeavors, but the one thing that we have in common is that we have one source, whether we like it or not. And that source is what? It's Christ. It's
Yeah.
God, you know. So as long as that well is sustained, everything else
Will be
will
fine.
be sustained. Yes, you have to put physical work into it, but when it comes to your spiritual life, it becomes the engine to every other area. That's why Jesus said that, I think he said, I am the vine, you are the branches. You stay connected to me and I to you. Then everything else
Will be fine.
you will just bear fruit. You know what I mean? It's exactly like that.
It's a principle.
So at first I did struggle with it. I struggled with it. Like, you know, spending time with God will just decrease. And if you're a real child of God, you'll feel it.
You'll feel it.
You will feel it. You will feel what you know, man, my spirit is not charged.
Yeah.
You know? And your conscience would, you know, prick you. And because of that, you become unproductive in every other thing. You know what I mean? Some people also may mistaken productivity or may mistaken, how do I say this?
Results.
Everything, results. And say that, no, God is still with me.
We're
just
moving.
because I'm showing results.
We're winning. We're on our way up.
We're on the way up. But if your well is not continuously running
Eventually.
in your spiritual life, eventually you will burn out spiritually. You will burn out. Yeah. So you have to find a way. In fact, even more than your work life, more than your relationship life, more than your family life, that area, the spiritual area, is an area that you have to water.
Because of
Like
your
it becomes a priority more than all the other stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, I want to ask, because of you're busy, because you're always busy during the day, so do you take time in the night or something?
Yeah. That's why I
what-
say I don't sleep.
You're a night owl. Huh?
You can't sleep. But also, you know, sometimes realistically, sometimes there are not enough hours in the day or even in the night. Because now, for example, if I've got a 9 to 5 and I'm busy during that 9 to 5, and then in the evening I've got an event that will run until 1 a.m.,
Yo.
you know, or
that's
12
crazy.
midnight, and then afterwards I have to go to prayer team.
Prayer team.
You know, my personal life, I may be in service in prayer team and I may be interceding, but my personal life is not being watered. You know what I mean? So being connected to Christ isn't always sitting and opening the Bible and being alone. You can be anywhere and connect to God. You know what I mean? And once you understand that, you can even be behind your laptop.
And be
You
connected.
can be doing a podcast and your spirit is rumbling. You know what I mean? So yeah, Pastor, I got excited when I said that. It's
As I
you're gonna
rumbling
say,
over this,
he gets it. But yeah, so you could literally be doing anything. I remember when I started exercising this whole balancing thing. Like, for example, I think there was a pastor's fasting and prayer where during the day I couldn't be there. You know what I mean? But I did what I had to do. Even behind the laptop, even in my break, I would use the slightest of opportunities to make sure that I still water that side. So it's definitely possible. You just need to be very intentional about it.
So the key is in being intentional.
Be intentional about it. Tell yourself that this is what you're going to do. This is what's going to work for me. If there aren't enough hours in the day, I don't know, while you're doing something, rumble in the spirit.
So physically, since you already spoken about the spirit, physically, do you have like things you do? Like, do you go for therapy or do you go do a spa?
therapy.
No, I'm asking. Actually, there's nothing wrong going for
There
therapy.
is nothing wrong with
Even
therapy,
if
but I
you're not
don't do
mentally have issues, you know that you can
Yeah.
just go therapy. It can actually help you track some of the things that can lead up to. Because people
Yeah.
think therapy is only when
I
there's
support therapy for sure.
there's a train wreck, but therapy can actually prevent the train wreck from happening. So
Yeah.
when you go there, you get like, oh, you're developing something that's gonna. We always
Yeah.
use it for the train wreck,
Yeah.
which is actually you can actually use it before.
Guys,
So,
go get therapy if you need to get therapy.
yeah.
Pastors are for.
Yeah.
That's what pastors are for. Well, also pastors can need professional help also.
Let's not take it there.
Yeah, they also need professional help.
But yeah, so what do I do physically? Well, you know me, like I like I like going out, and then I'm a very adventurous person. It's a necessity for me because if I don't do it, I'll get frustrated as
Are you
well.
like what do you call this? An adrenaline rush person?
Yes.
Wait, ma.
I need to be on a roller coaster. I would love to be on a roller coaster. That would be a dream right now. Like it's scary. It's very scary, but like you know.
I wish
it just gets my blood
to
running
see you in those crazy roller coasters I see on.
Do
like,
not
on,
do
on
that. I once went to Gold Reef City when I was younger, and like I went onto there was a roller coaster called the Anaconda.
Yeah.
I went onto that roller coaster. My shoe even flew off. We got to the end. I mean, this is going to be very nasty, but like my face was running. Like every juice that could be released through your face was on my face. I'm talking.
Everything.
Everything that, like every liquid that could be released through your face. Yeah, but I would do it again times 10. I love it. I would jump off a plane. In fact, it's on my bucket list.
What?
Like I will
Skydiving?
I will do skydiving. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
I
now.
don't mind. I actually want to do skydiving.
Yeah, I would do skydiving, but those things. I mean, we're all different people, and some people are like, ugh, I could never be outdoors if I want to relax. For me, if I need to go get a massage, I will get a massage. If I need to ride a horse, I would ride a horse. If I need to go look at flowers or art the whole day, I would literally.
Are you
do
like
that.
an artsy person though?
I love galleries. It's just that in Durban there aren't any that are.
I don't
you
know.
in
Are you an
Cape
arts person,
Town?
Pastor?
Pastor Wa, like I could be like Pastor Wa. Look,
I
look
think
at this art and be like, what
I
is
think
this?
it depends. It depends.
What's yeah, long time.
Yeah, well, we're going to watch art, bro. I'd rather watch a movie or
Ooh,
something.
like if I can have an amazing gallery in Durban with sculptures and stuff while I'm carrying, you know, a very nice.
That's bougie.
What can I say?
No, I'm just saying. I rarely get to sit down and someone say, I want to go to the art gallery.
When I go to Cape Town, like I go to the art galleries for sure. I love to sit down and listen to orchestras playing classical music. I love all of that stuff.
Okay, no, classic music but
I love it. I love it. I love
arts
it.
and stuff. I don't know. What about movies? You're not a movie person. Well, that's
I am a
weird if
serious
you're
person.
into gallery.
And I'm not a movie person.
Yeah, like how does that?
I don't know. I don't know movies.
Artists are people that I don't get it.
If I watch a movie, it can't be a romance movie. I do not like romance stuff. I like action. I need you to do spinning kicks.
Yeah, you're an
I need you to be
adrenaline
the
person,
Avengers,
so it has to
assemble. That's me. Like I need somebody to fly in the air. in the
be. Okay, this is
movie,
like
and
this is
that's
the. I've never asked this on a podcast. I'm just gonna ask for the sake of having fun. So, what's your favorite superhero?
Oh, okay. There's this girl in the Avengers. I think she's not Wonder Woman, but she's the one that
There's a.
she's like got red hair.
Oh.
But it's usually people that can do telekinesis that can like.
She's
rip
a
your
witch,
heart
basically.
out.
She has this crown thing. If you know the person, comment in the. I forgot her name.
She was in love with that dude that was a dude, but he was also part
Vision.
Vision. Her name is Vision.
No, that's the dude.
Oh no, that's the dude.
She's not a movie person.
I love the Avengers. I know every Avenger movie. I'm telling you now.
Okay, cool. I know the person. It's just her name. I could have googled it. Her name runs out of my mouth right now.
I think it's Wanda. But yeah, usually things that involve telekinesis, like I can move things.
All right.
You know,
Okay.
but I mean.
All right, so that's okay. You get the graceful ability to do all these things to go. What advice would you give someone that has access to do all this crazy fun?
Before you go there, like, can she suggest cheaper ways?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Cheaper ways.
Yeah, I was just the same thing. I was what?
Something like everybody can afford.
No, actually, sir, you're scrambling my question. It's there.
Okay, ask the question.
My question was, as a person of faith, as a Christian.
Yeah.
I feel like when we talk about having fun, it's like we're limited.
Okay.
Since you always having, what things do you think that we can do as Christians? This is fun. It's not limiting us to refresh our minds and refresh ourselves as human beings, as we are spirit and body and mind.
Yeah.
And once people say, no, I'm Jolo, we're going to fun and party and all the booze and
No, yeah.
What are things you can suggest? Like, bro, this is fun. You should try it.
Go to a concert, like a jazz concert or like an open mic concert. That's fun. Or like go to a market. You know what I mean? You know those markets like the farmers markets.
Oh,
where
yeah,
they've got like different food
type
trucks everywhere, and there's people playing instruments in the corners. You know, get a group of friends and go chill at the farmers market. Get some good street food. There's certain things that I feel like I don't want to say because people are going to think I'm crazy because it's stuff that I like. But go horse riding on the beach or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you could literally do anything as long as it's not contrary
to your faith.
To your faith.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
no, I feel like you know why, because once you include your faith, people are like enclosed to that. You can't do certain things.
You can't do anything, yeah.
But I mean, like, there's a million things out there.
There is a million things. Or go to a pasta making class or a pizza making class. You know,
wow, I
think.
Okay, why would I do that? I've been a pizza maker before. So,
cool. Oh yeah, he has been a pizza maker before. That's so cool. But yeah, like there's so many things, and I think people think certain things are expensive. You could literally go to a pizza making class for like 300 rand. You know what I mean? And you eat your own pizza after that. You know what I mean? So there's so many things. Like going to a gallery costs nothing. Going to the farmer's market costs just you eating your food or buying food. But there's so many things. Just search online. It also depends on interest.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's quite a lot, guys. As long as you just keep it away from the parties, the alcohol, the weed. The drugs. And all that stuff, you should be fine.
Sex.
Yeah. Also, there are environments that may not necessarily have those things, but you just know that no, this is not godly. You know what I mean? So not every ungodly environment has the obvious ungodly alcohol, ungodly drugs, ungodly sex, and all of these naked women or men running around. There are places where they may not necessarily have that, but your spirit and your spirit don't agree with those environments. So it's just not to do. That's why it's also very important to have a relationship with God and to always be alert in Christ. I think it was Paul that was talking about being a watchman, that you need to be a soldier in Christ. A soldier is always watchful. It may be exhausting to scrutinize everything. But as a child of God in this day and age, in the end times, you do have to scrutinize everything.
You can't just do anything.
You can't just walk in any door.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in any environment. So it's very important to exercise discernment. You know, not everything is obvious anymore. I mean, there are men that are pretending to be women, so you may think that you're being with the woman, but you're being with the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
these are the days we live in.
exactly, these are the days that we live in. So
And
we
when
just
you're
need
going
to-
out, do you go alone or you got a group of trusted friends?
I don't even have like more than 5 friends. I do have a group of trusted friends. My girls, they know themselves.
Yeah, I use the
But-
term wisely because people be going out with anyone they feel like they need to go out with, and they don't know that
Don't
they're.
go out with just anyone. You have to be with people that you trust, and also people that are equally yoked
Yes.
with you. You have to be equally yoked. You can't be a child of God and you're going out with people that do not stand for what you stand for, that don't speak the same language that you speak, because bad character or bad company
corrupts good morals.
exactly, you know, more than it's the other way around. You may say, listen, no, as much as I'm with the Gentiles, I'm going to change them and I'm going to make them people of God. It
You know,
doesn't
funny
always
enough,
work that way.
one time we went out with Pastor Y and his wife and
Yeah.
a group of friends to eat out something, and we are all taking an order.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, what drinks are you gonna have? I said, we don't drink. She looked
Yeah.
at us weird, like
That is true.
like what? Huh?
I'm telling you
like
now.
you guys don't drink.
And
What?
to
This
be-
is boring.
And to be honest, like now, every restaurant has alcohol.
Yeah.
So you can't say that I'm not going to step in a restaurant just because they sell alcohol. No,
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
be there, but stand for what you stand,
Stand
for.
for.
And say that, no,
She
I'm
was
not
like
gonna drink
delinquently surprised, like you guys don't drink. What are you here for? This is boring. And I'm like, you don't need
You
all
don't
those
have to.
substances to. The company
Yeah.
of good family people
Just be with your people, man.
and the
Or
nice
have
food
a
that was
vibe.
the vibe. We don't need anything else to make us, super fun
I
and stuff
agree.
like that. So yeah, there was a cute and quietly done conversation.
Did you just use my jargon? Did you just use my words?
Yeah, cause that's what
love it.
I'm always
It's a
seeing your
cute-
posts, and I'm like, okay,
And I will post Shem.
all right.
That I will not stop doing.
Yeah. Anyway, it's part of your job also.
It
so
is part of my job, yeah.
yeah. So thank you for popping
Thank you
up
for
and
having me.
having this discussion with us.
I hope it was actually fun.
Yeah, it was actually. It was something different. Something.
Was it different? Was
Yeah.
It?
Yeah.
Was it special? I feel like you guys are just saying that to make me feel good. There's no way.
Why would we say that?
I don't know. You probably tell.
Come on,
everybody
bro.
else
Who
to
has the
just
best?
share.
Who has the best insight? I don't know. Working in corporate, who's gonna? There's a lot of guys out there, young guys that are actually watching. They want to do what you do, like get busy, be successful. Juggle up and
Oh,
everything
you
down.
guys think I'm successful?
Success is in different layers, obviously, but we think you're doing great.
Oh, guys, that really means a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So now
someone
they're
sees
looking,
it.
and then how do we do this, and how do you run this? So.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I appreciate you. Thank
Best
you so
candidate
much.
to hear from someone who's actually in the middle of everything.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So thank you for pulling up and
Thank you for
showing your.
having me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to buy them lunch now after this. I'm just
No,
saying.
she always has lunch, bro. She ordered for 2 flipping weeks.
I was busy. What am I gonna do?
That's what you get.
Now I have to feed these huge people.
No, we always feed our guests, but she had a promise she has to fulfill, guys. So as usual, we should here by the Harbour in Durban. Cool spot for you to come and chill, have drinks, have food, have family and friends. You can even host your event here. Shout out to her. She was the one who connected us, and Andile, obviously, who runs the spot. So shout out to him. Shout out to the workers that work up here. Hospital people. We love them. And by the way,
I need that T-shirt, by the way. Actually, I want a hoodie and a cap.
yeah, place your order. She's getting one. You should also get one. So don't forget, Eternity Wear matches up. And also, if you want to win a hoodie, a cap, or sweater, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tag me or tag Pastor Wandile and tag Third Base Online, and we'll see it, and you'll be one of the nominees to win the competition. And yeah, I don't know. I think we're done here, Pastor. Is anything I'm forgetting? From me and Roy, we out.
Bye.
Trust in your plans. Trust in your process. Trust in your plans.